Welcome to Future Proof Human, the podcast about thriving in the age of AI, chaos, and change. Those of you joining us for the first time, you may be asking, what is this podcast is all about? We celebrate us, the human species, and our unique capabilities. Folks, once again, our humanity is at the crossroad. AI revolution is unfolding, and there is tremendous anxiety around it. Forecast of massive unemployment, AI wiping out human, rich getting richer, and poor getting even poorer. In this podcast, we try to address how to become future proof human, remain relevant, and resilient in the age of AI. I'm your host, Bashir Ahmed, and together we will explore what makes us uniquely human in a world shaped by technology. Throughout history, every generation has faced disruption. We're not the first one, yet we have always adapted, and we will do so again. Our machines may be getting faster and smarter, but they will never beat us in empathy, love, or the spark of creativity that drives us. We are a resilient nation, emotional. Yes, we cry at each other's sorrow, and we laugh at each other's joyful moment. And we are even capable of making intentional mistakes. Yes, sometimes we can intentionally sabotage somebody. We make mistakes, something no algorithm can ever truly understand how that works. Well, this is your guide to embracing change, staying human, and become future proof. In this episode, The Acceleration of Everything, I want to talk about something you have probably felt in your bones. Maybe when scrolling your iPhone, checking the news, or just trying to keep up at work, everything around us seems to be speeding up, and the speed is dizzying. It is not just a feeling. The world is really changing. The world is accelerating. In technology, culture, even in the way we think. What once took centuries now happens in decades. What once took decades now unfolds in few years, sometimes even months or even in days. And while that can feel overwhelming, it is also proof of something extraordinary. Humanity has always adapted. We have been future proof for thousands of years. Let me share the story of iPhone versus electricity that illustrates this acceleration. When electricity was first introduced in the late 1800s, it took about 50 years, yes, 50 years before it became widespread in homes and businesses across the United States. People were hesitant, infrastructure had to be built, and adoption was slow. Now, fast forward to 2007, when the very first iPhone was released. Within 10 years, just 10 years, smartphones were in the hands of hundreds of millions and billions of people. Actually, now, every person in the world seems to have a phone in their hand. That is not 50 years, not even 20. It is just one decade. That's all it took for iPhone spreading to the entire globe, or the phone to spread to the entire globe. Think about that. Electricity transformed society over half a century. Smartphones did that in fraction of that time. And the technology today, the spread is even faster. TikTok reached 1 billion users in less than 5 years. And what happened when ChatGPT was released in 2022? In 5 days, 1 million users adopted it. That's the acceleration of everything. And let's be honest, sometimes the speed makes us feel like we're behind. I remember the first time I opened up Snapchat years ago. I downloaded the app, looked at the interface, and thought, what on earth is this? It made no sense to me. However, the teenagers were using it like second nature, and I couldn't figure out how to send a simple photo. For the first time, I felt old, like the world had shifted under my feet and I hadn't gotten the memo. Have you ever felt that way? Maybe with a new app? Or at work when a new system rolls out and everyone else seems to be getting it instantly? And that's the acceleration of everything. The pace of change outpacing our ability to feel comfortable with it. But here is the reminder, we have been here before. Our humanity have seen this over and over. Every generation has had their I don't get it moment, and every generation has adapted. So there is hope. History repeats itself in faster cycles. This is not new. Thousands of years ago, change was slow. Fire, the wheel, agriculture, life stayed the same for generations. Then came the printing press. For the first time, knowledge could spread faster than the word of mouth. That was the internet of the 14th century, when the printing press took away power from the church. Then the Industrial Revolution followed. Factories, trains, electricity. Entire societies reshaped in decades instead of centuries. And now, in the last 50 years, computers, the internet, smartphones, social media, and artificial intelligence. Notice the pattern. Each wave comes faster than the last. The distance between disruption is shrinking, and the scale of change is growing. That's why you feel like everything is accelerating, because it is. But there's the good news. Humans are wired for adaptation. Think about it. Your grandparents, I'm talking to the young kids, your grandparents adapted to TV, microwaves, and jet travel. Your parents adapted to computers, the internet, and email. You have adapted to smartphones, social media, and now AI. At every stage, we hear the same fear. This will ruin us. This will replace us. This will be the end of what it means to be human. And yet, we are here, still human, still adapting, still thriving. Yes, our machines are faster, but they don't have any empathy. Only humans can feel empathy. Only humans can show kindness. Only humans can make intentional mistakes. Just because we can. And no algorithm will be ever able to explain why someone would make an intentional mistake. That imperfection is not a weakness, it is our greatest strength. So, what can we do with this knowledge? First, we stop resisting change as if it is optional. Acceleration is not slowing down and it will not in the future. AI, automation, biotech, quantum computing, the next wave is already here. Second, we lean into humanity because what technology cannot replace? Connection, creativity, empathy. Those are the things that matter more than ever nowadays. And the third, we practice adaptability as a skill, not just learning new apps, but being open to unlearning old habits, embracing curiosity, and saying, I don't know this yet, but I can learn. That mindset is what makes us future proof. So as you go through your day, remember, yes, the world is accelerating. The iPhone spread is faster than electricity. TikTok spread was faster than television. AI spread is faster than all of this. But that doesn't mean you're falling behind. It means you're living in one of the most exciting times in history, a time when change is the constant at a faster pace, and your adaptability is your superpower. Thanks for joining me in this episode of Future Proof Human. If you found this conversation helpful, share it with a friend, subscribe on your favorite podcast app, and leave us a review. In the next episode, we will dive deeper into what makes us human in the age of machines and why empathy may be our most powerful tool in the future. Once again, I'm your host, Bashir Ahmed, and this is Future Proof Human.